It's Tuesday, it's 27th of August. You're waking up to the news that Oasis have reunited. I know we're talkSPORT, but it's still massive news. And the boys like their sports, we're telling you that. This is talkSPORT Breakfast. Ali and Gabby with you this morning. Now, Gabby, we're less than a week away from the transfer window. I'm refusing to say it's slamming shut. It just closes. It really annoys me when everybody says it's slammed shut. Why is it slammed shut? Why do you not just close it?
I do believe, though, Ali, it should be transfer window closes when the Premier League starts and all the leagues start. Listen,
mate, I'm a bit concerned. I'm agreeing with a lot of you're saying.
I know, it's a big worry, that is. Don't tell Alan. He'll say you're not well.
And it obviously means that one or two clubs will be scrambling around for last-minute deals. Do you see anything happening? I'll ask you about Villa. Do you see anything happening at Villa, or think the business is done?
There's been talk about a right-back defender from Feyenoord coming in. I'm sure with Matty Cash going down for a month as well. A bit short at right-back. I don't think he wants to keep playing Conte there. Diego Carlos has been linked with a move as well, so I'm sure a right back they'll be looking for, and they were in for Felix as well, Ali, so it wouldn't surprise me if that didn't happen. So they look for another attacking player, need some cover for Leon Bailey, so I'm hoping 2 more signings for Aston Villa.
I certainly think we'll see a bit of action on it.
We can't all spend 210 million like Manchester United, Ali.
Well, they're going to make a good signing. It looks like they're making a very, very good signing, Gabby. I'm just about to tell you that Manchester United have agreed with a fee with PSG for Manuel Ugarte for just over £50 million, we understand. Yep. A lot of money. United will pay 42 up front, rising by a further 8.5 with add-ons, and Ugarte is set to fly in for his medical today. Now let's find out exactly what type of player he is with the legend that is South American football expert Tim Vickery.
Defensive midfielder, screening the midfield, also getting moves going with crisp passes. He does remind me a lot of a young version of Javier Mascherano, and I think this is a good fit. This whole transfer window has been a game of poker between United and Paris Saint-Germain, but it would seem to be moving in the direction of Ugarte moving to United and trying to plug that hole.
Okay, let's get the latest in that transfer now with our chief football correspondent, our unashamedly Manchester United fan, Alex Crook. Alex, how are you this morning? Have you got a smile on your face, Cookie, this morning with that news?
I've always got a smile on my face when I see you two, but I'm not happy with Gabby trying to put me out of work for 3 weeks by suggesting the window should shut earlier.
Sorry, Crookie. I'm sorry, mate.
What do you think, though, Crookie, in all seriousness? We heard Tim Vickery tell us, what his strengths are and what position. Is he good for United, and is he what they need?
Well, I think, judging by Tim's assessment, he's absolutely what they need and what they've been crying out for probably the best part of a decade since Michael Carrick left the football club, because they're the one top club in the Premier League, top club in Europe, if you can still call them that, based on results since the start of last season, who don't have that holding midfielder who can go and dictate a game. Obviously, Casemiro's been asked to do that role, but I think his best days are behind him. I love Kobbie Mainoo, but defensively, I think he can still improve. So I think Ugarte and Mainoo in front of what is going to be a new look back four is quite exciting for Manchester United fans. They've managed to negotiate a knockdown price as well. £42 million up front, £8.5 million more in add-ons. I think originally PSG were asking for $50 million up front, so they've been better negotiators this summer. And this is a player who was selected in the team of the tournament at the Copa America. So I think this is a really positive deal for Manchester United. It's another one of the top targets they had at the start of the window. And again, it's bringing down the average age profile of the squad. What I think it does mean is that Erik ten Hag's got no excuses now this season. He's got to start picking up positive results.
That's what I was going to say, Crookie, because he can't say that he hasn't been given the money now. You look at this summer window, Ugarte, Yoro, De Ligt, Xerxes, Mazarari, £210 million. That's what they would have spent this summer on players. There's no excuses now, and top four is minimum, surely.
Yeah, I agree. I do think there have been positive signs in the first 2 games. I was really frustrated with the manner of defeat of Brighton. That goal they conceded is just unforgivable, really, so deep into stoppage time. And actually, had the goal been allowed to stand at the other end, then it was absolutely the correct decision. I was watching you, Ali, and you were the first person to call it, annoyingly. But had that goal have been allowed to stand and United had beaten Brighton, we'd be talking about a really positive start to the season. So there are signs of progress, but it's a difficult game, isn't it? I'll be there on Sunday with Sam Matter facing the Sunday session. It could easily be 2 defeats from 3 and suddenly the pressure's on.
Yeah, a big game, Crookie. We're all looking forward to it. Now, what about Eddie Nketiah? Are Forest looking for a striker? Palace looking for a striker? What can you tell us?
Well, it's tricky for Forest because Nketiah has turned down that move. It looks like, according to sources over in Holland, that Santiago Jimenez is not particularly keen either, despite the fact they're close to agreeing a fee with Feyenoord. So their striker search seemingly will continue. And it looks like Nketiah to Palace. And a bit of good news for the Eagles, because I do expect Mark Gahey to complete his move to Newcastle between now and Friday. So it's been a summer where they've lost more players than they've managed to bring in. Palace. This will be a £30 million deal. They're going to pick up his Arsenal wages, which I'm told are in the region of £120,000 a week. And I think for him, it's an opportunity to go out and play regular first team football. Obviously, he doesn't have to relocate because he's going from one London club to another. And I'm keen to see how he gets on.
What about João Cancelo? Because Gab and I were laughing earlier on, Crookie, because the headline that they made me read out was he's agreed. There was no problems with personal terms, right? As if there was ever going to be. Is that move on?
Yeah, it is, and you're absolutely right that there's no problems with personal terms, because he's been offered a 3-year contract worth, we're told by Ben Jacobs, our Saudi correspondent, a base salary of, get this, 45 million euros. So I think we'd all agree personal terms.
I'll agree
for that. He's going to join over in Saudi Arabia, and City are getting around about 25 million euros for a player that Pep's fallen out with, isn't he?
Ali,
no question about that.
Ali, you'd be like, can I sign online quickly
before
you change your mind?
I mean, it's just getting absolutely ridiculous. Now, a club, Crooked, that have been relatively quiet, shall we say, in the transfer window since they've got a new manager, Arne Slot's Liverpool. But it looks like they might be beating a deadline by signing Juventus forward Federico Chiesa.
This is one of those deals that you get late in transfer windows that nobody really sees coming. It's a curveball, but it makes sense, I think, for Liverpool to bolster that forward line, which is already very prolific. Chiesa, one of the players of the tournament when Italy won the Euros back in 2021, beat England, of course, in the final. I don't need to remind us of that. He's had his problems since then. He's had an ACL injury. He wasn't the same player, I didn't think, at these latest Euros, but he did play 40 games still last season. And it looks like Liverpool could pick him up for a fee of around £10 million, which I think if you'd said that 3 years ago, you wouldn't have believed it. So I think it's maybe one of those opportunist deals, and that they're certainly trying, Liverpool, to make this happen.
Brilliant, Crookie. No, you got a very, very busy couple of days coming up. All the best for that, pal. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, guys.
Top man.
Take care. Now, coming up, Gabby. I didn't know this. Gabby's got some very, very bad news, seemingly, for his good friends at Wolves. That's coming next.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.